So glad that I added this little habit to my morning routine, but I've been reading a nonfiction book while I drink my coffee. My mornings are sacred to me and I want it to be zen, but I also want my brain to be preparing for like the day ahead. But I'm currently reading The E-Myth Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It by Michael E. Gerber. I'm about a little more than halfway finished now, but if you want me to do a review of this book when I am done, I can definitely do that, so let me know. Good morning. Welcome back to another Life Work Diaries. I wanted to make this video not just about my vlog of the day and kind of taking you through my workday as a content creator and a marketing specialist, but I also wanted to talk about some habits that I've developed that have really helped me just like work at home more productively and more effectively. I've been working from home for, gosh, like 8 years now, and I've really just kind of worked on these habits over the years and kind of learned them slowly over the years to really make sure that my work from home days are, just as productive as possible, because I get it. Like, working from home can sometimes be a little bit distracting, especially when you start to get cabin fever from working at home too many days in a row, or I don't know, there's just things that could be distracting. So I have 6 habits that I wanted to share today that have really helped me with this. I also want to quickly shout out today's video sponsor, which is SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb has this insane platform, which I will tell you more about throughout the video, that allows you to look at the marketing data, the website data, the search data, the like CPCs, all of this insane data on your competitors or pretty much on any website across the web. I've been using this a ton for my own research, for my projects, for my marketing projects, for competitive research, for like just figuring out how I can improve my website. There's so many use cases for it, so I'll definitely be taking you through how I've been using it lately. One habit that I have found works really, really well for me is to make sure that I'm actually getting dressed in the morning. I'm not rolling into work in my PJs, in my cozies, in sweats, because I know that that does not make me feel productive or feel like that I'm ready for my work day. And especially when you're in a work from home environment, it's so easy to roll to my desk in like sweatpants, a hoodie. I mean, I am wearing a hoodie today, but it's because it's cold. But it's easy just to like skip that step and want to work in as comfortable clothes as possible. But my argument is you can be comfortable, but it's still important to change into clothes that aren't your daily kind of like loungewear or pajamas, because it just puts your mind into a different mindset. Hey Siri, can you turn on office lights? I want to also talk about the infamous morning routine and what that really looks like and how it could be different for everyone, I guess. My morning routine currently looks like waking up, having some sort of a mindfulness session, so whether that's breathing, whether that's meditating, whether that's yoga, and then drinking lemon water before my coffee, having my vitamins with it, reading a business book while I drink my coffee. Well, not necessarily even a business book, a nonfiction book while I drink my coffee. I find that it's the perfect way to start my day, and then I will journal. Those 2 things are now like must-haves. Well, my entire routine really, my morning routine is a must-have for me because it just makes me feel like I'm setting myself up for the day. That's definitely also a habit that I have found just makes me more prepared for the day. On the days where I have a really early meeting where I have to like jump right in as soon as I get up, those days I always feel a little bit more anxious and flustered. And when I start my day like that, I find that my resilience and energy throughout the day never lasts as long. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time now just sort of planning out my day, and we'll talk about the 3rd habit as well. Okay, the 3rd habit that has helped tremendously is actually starting my day with planning This is so important. I always make sure I block off like 10 minutes in the beginning of my day to go through, set my goals for the day, prioritize for the day, set my intentions for the day, and figure out exactly what I need to get done. So every morning I'll actually use the feature within AccuFlow called Daily Planning. So it'll give you this view where it shows you your inbox, which is essentially all of the stuff that has been pulled in. Then you'll see today, this week, this month. But kind of takes me into habit number 4 as well, because habit number 4 and habit number 3 go hand in hand. But habit number 4 is actually batching my days. What I like to do is make sure that I'm focusing on a specific group of tasks in a day. I know today I need to work on some stuff for my freelancing clients, so I need to do some marketing work, some website work specifically. After that, I am going to do a little bit of writing work as well. Usually in my planning block in the morning, I'll make sure I'm looking through like AccuFlow, but also tackling my admin work as well. So stuff like emails, stuff like my Slack messages, stuff like my team messages, and then making sure that I am prioritizing that work. So one thing I also like to do is, now that I've sort of planned out stuff I want to get done that day, I prioritize those tasks. I will look at it and pick 3 tasks that I 100% want to get done that day, and I'll actually write it into a physical journal. I know, probably a little bit extra. You can totally do this within AccuFlow, but something about having a physical notebook just feels right for me. So I'm gonna spend some time going through all of my emails and getting the admin portion of my planning done, and then we can dive into the rest of my workday. Okay, now that I'm kind of on the website portion of my workday, I want to quickly talk to you about SimilarWeb and how I've been using it to kind of help along my marketing specialist projects, to help with my own website, to help with my SEO, to help with so many things. SimilarWeb is so cool. It's essentially a business insights or like marketing data platform. It has so many different functions and features that can help you, whether you're a marketer, a business owner, a website designer, like an SEO expert. It just covers all the bases. You can do digital research on it, so like benchmarking, looking at your competitor data, website and app analysis. You can use it also for digital marketing purposes, so stuff like your SEO, your PPC, if you're doing advertising, if you're doing affiliate marketing. It's also really great for building out your buyer's journey, or if you need help building out your sales journey. It just gives you so much data that kind of lets you play around and make sure that you actually do the research before you start any project, which to a marketer is a dream to have access to all this data. I'm still in shock every time I use it that it includes so much of this data, because so much of this data feels like it's just been, I don't know, like impossible to find. Like you're able to look up your competitor's website and see what the cost per click for the keywords that they're bidding on are, what traffic has been like for them, what pages work really well for them. And then using that data, you can then identify like the gaps in the market in which you can play with your marketing campaigns or with your sales strategy to make sure that you are not just trying to like bang your head against the wall when you're trying to start a new campaign. So here's kind of what SimilarWeb looks like when you first sign in. This is the home page, and if you get your website connected, you'll be able to see like your traffic and engagement, your traffic share, and all of that on your home page. So for the website projects that I have been working on, because I've been helping my freelancer client build out websites for their acquired brands, I guess I could say. I've been using it a lot for like website analysis as well as keyword research, but you can see on the sidebar here, like there's just so much you can do. You can look at market analysis, you can do site audits, you can do a backlink analysis, which is really important when you're starting to look at like the SEO aspects of your website building. So for me, what I need to use it for right now is just looking at some competitive analysis. So I just want to quickly show you like what this could look like. So for example, if I wanted to look at Adidas as a website, let's say I'm building a website for Nike. I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not. But Let's take Adidas as like a competitor and look at what data it gives you, because it'll show you so much. It shows you what apps they have in the App Store, what apps they have in the Google Play Store. It shows you their total visits. So we can see stuff like the total website visits from a specific time frame. So I did like 12 months, so within the year of 2024. And look at all the visits that website got during the year of 2024 within Canada. And then you can also look at stuff like device distribution, the rank of this website globally, as well as in the country, as well as in the industry that it falls in, which it says fashion and apparel. Then underneath you can see stuff like engagement overviews, so how many unique visitors it has, deduplicated audiences, visit durations, bounce rates. Like, I can see what Adidas's bounce rates are. That's pretty insane. This data is easy to see when it's for your own website, because I can go to Google Analytics, punch in my website, and be able to pull all of these insights. But to be able to see it for your competitors really allows you to be able to work with this data to build a better website for your own purposes. So further down, you can even see the visits over time compared to that website's biggest competitors. So it can even tell you Adidas's biggest competitors are Nike, Foot Locker, New Balance, and StockX. And then you can kind of see what they look like as far as traffic goes in comparison to the Adidas website. You can look at the geography, spread of the website traffic, and then it gets even more helpful when you go further down, because you can start looking at the top organic search terms that are taking people to that website. You can see like branded versus non-branded key terms and how that is split. You can even see their search ads that they're currently running. This is really helpful when you start to figure out what your own search ads want to look like, or if you just want to take some inspiration, like how are some of these big brands running their search ads? What are they writing? There's just a ton of data here, and you can really dive really deep into each of these categories and start to formulate your own SEO plan, website building plan, marketing plan based on either what a big brand, like what you want to achieve, what their marketing campaigns look like, or based on what your competitors are doing and trying to find a way that you can differentiate against your competitors. I also have been really liking using it for, let's exit out here to the keyword research. So under here, I'm gonna go to keyword generator, and we're gonna search up something like, let's do mugs. So when you search up something so broad such as mugs, it's going to start to show you keywords that are related to the keyword mugs and how they've been ranking. So I'm not really looking for Luigi Mangione's mugshot. I am, however, looking for mugs. I'm looking for coffee mugs, custom mugs, cute mugs, maybe Christmas mugs, personalized mugs, tea mugs. Once you have your keyword list created, you can then start looking like, okay, what websites are actually ranking the highest and like bringing in the most traffic based on these keywords. And this can be helpful because then I can look at these individual websites. So I can go to potterybarn.com, I can go to kitchenstuffplus.com to see maybe how they're building their websites, what kind of mugs they have, and see how I can differentiate in this market. I can look at search ads that are being run that use these keywords. It's just so helpful. So no matter what industry you're in, no matter what keywords you're trying to rank for, you can see what is already out there to find out how you can stand out amongst the noise. There are some other ways that I love to use this, but we'll chat about it a little bit later when I get into the writing block of my day. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some keyword research for the client that I am working with right now so that I can bring them some solid data as far as like what articles we should write for them and what pages we should build for them. So I'm gonna do that for a little bit and then hopefully wrap that up in the next like hour or so that I can grab some lunch and then work on my writing block. Okay, while I wait for my lunch, I thought I would chat about another habit, which is to not be afraid to put your phone and your computer on Do Not Disturb. The really cool thing about the Apple ecosystem is if you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, it puts your iPad on Do Not Disturb, it puts your laptop on Do Not Disturb, but I used to have almost this like fear of putting stuff on Do Not Disturb during my day because I'm like, well, what if I miss a text? What if I miss a notification? But that's the point. You want to create an environment where you don't have any distractions and you can really focus on your work. Even when I'm just like editing, or especially when I'm filming something, but even if I'm just going through, let's say like my writing block or my website design block, I'll put my phone and my laptop on Do Not Disturb for the entirety of that block so that there really can't be any distractions. And if my phone isn't going off, I'm far less likely to actually pick it up and check it. I know it can seem daunting at first if you're somebody who just wants to know what's happening and does get like that FOMO feeling sometimes, but if you really want to learn to like focus and just train your focus to be able to concentrate on a specific group of tasks or on a specific task itself, then Do Not Disturb is going to be your best friend. Back at my desk, I was eating my burrito, but it just got so hot in the middle. Moving on to the writing block of my day. So today, my goal really is just to finish one newsletter. If I have time, I also want to write a new podcast episode as well. So yeah, just a couple things that I want to get done. I have been really enjoying using SimilarWeb for my writing as well, especially anything that has to do with like my website, my blog, and my newsletter. The reason it also works for my newsletter is because, well, one, I can kind of gauge the interest that the overall market of people have on topics that I'm thinking about covering, but also two, because all of my newsletters kind of start as blog posts. So I make sure to have them on my website as well, because if I'm going to be writing a piece of writing, I might as well have it help my SEO. So besides just the website analysis and the keyword research, which the keyword research is really, really useful for writing blog posts, I also really enjoy using their demand analysis and market analysis tool. So in the market analysis, I can explore an industry. So we can click into the search bar and start looking at some industries. So maybe it's books and literature, maybe it's online marketing, community and society. You can really start to look at what the different like typical industries are when it comes to search. I'm gonna do mental health as a broad industry to look into. Once you click in and decide on your like custom time frame, you're able to look at the audience size, the key sizing indicators, so like visits per visitor, unbounced visits, etc., monthly visits, unique visitors, the market share breakdown. So actually it seems like Psychology Today, simplepractice.com, Very Well Mind, Doxy.me, and BetterHelp. This is actually helpful because that means I can go to psychologytoday.com, I can go to simplepractice.com and start looking at articles that they write to see maybe what are some topics that I can build on, or topics that they aren't writing about that I can add to, the top countries that are searching for this industry, the market difficulty. Obviously this is going to be really important, especially if you're using this feature to figure out a new business idea. You want to identify like how difficult will it be for you to enter this market. It even breaks it down into like the loyalty of visitors, consolidation, brand cost, etc. The segmentation aspect is pretty cool as well because it'll look at other similar categories and industries that all fall under like a broader industry. So the broader industry could be health, but mental health, as you can see, in comparison with something like general health, medicine, pharmacy, nutrition, diets, and health conditions and concerns, falls after that. But then further down, we also have women's health, children's health, etc. Another really cool feature is their demand analysis. So I like to use this to look at like trending topics in different industries. Let's look at online marketing and how it's been trending. So again, you can pick and filter through like time frames and places in the world. I'm gonna make this a little bit more specific and look at Canada as a country. From that keyword group that I had created based on online marketing, you can see the demand size. You can see that it is declining though. Like it had declined throughout January to December, which is kind of interesting. You can see the keyword trends and how they were playing along, as well as just like all of the long tail and just main keywords that are ranking underneath this online marketing industry group. Demand analysis is going to be really useful if you are creating a product or a new business idea. However, for me, I like to use it to really look at like, okay, if I'm thinking about writing about mental health or online marketing or personal growth, how has that been trending over the last year? Should I continue to write in this category? Because yes, obviously my newsletter is written for my audience, but being able to see like the general market interest of a specific industry or a specific group of keywords can still give me more detail into what might my audience be interested in outside of the specific topics that I'm already writing about. I feel like I just spat so much information at you, but these are all just little like tactics and ways that you can use data and insights in marketing to really help you grow your website, your web presence, and your blog. Definitely happy to dive further into any of these topics if you wanted to, but I wanted to give you just some more overviews of features that I've been really enjoying using and that have been helpful for me. And I'm also going to be using the market analysis and demand analysis to help me figure out like what other topics I can write about. So that's what we're gonna do for our writing block. I'm probably going to honestly, once I finish my burrito, shift over to my little couch daybed situation because I'm getting a little sick of sitting at my desk. But there is one more habit that I want to share with you that is so important. So stick with me here. I'm tired, oh my gosh. Okay. My last tip is to make sure that you take breaks. I don't think I took enough breaks today, honestly. It's already 3 p.m. I think. I think I overdid it a little bit with the writing. I just really tried to push through so that I could at least get down like all the research as well as mapping out what this newsletter is going to be about and then writing a big chunk of it. But a huge tip that I cannot recommend enough if you are like wanting to maximize your productivity is actually to take breaks, and to take real breaks, like breaks where you are not doing anything related to work, whether that is going for a walk, going for a workout, reading like I'm about to do. It could be, I don't know, like doing something that's not work, but that's a little bit fun also. The point of the break really is to give your brain a break and like allow your brain to do something that is purely for enjoyment. So for me, we're gonna read a little bit of my fantasy book that I'm working on right now. Of course, 2020 hit and everyone had what they wanted to. And then of course, 2020 hit website. There's so many use cases for it, so I'll definitely be taking you through how I've been using it lately. One habit